Hello everyone, Oneinsane Ninja here, bringing you the Evil Smasher glitch. And for some of you who don't know, it pretty much rapes any Invincible boss, as you can see from the beginning of the video. And this is what the gun looks like. It's the thick Evil Smasher. You get this from one of the side missions, and I forgot what it's called. But if anyone needs this gun, I'll be willing to dupe it for anyone who sends me a message on Xbox Live. My gaming tag should be in the description below, so just look out for that. But as you can see, I'm demonstrating how fast the normal pistol shoots. As you can see, it's pretty slow, and you can see the spinning bob. But for the Evil Smasher to work, you need to have this gun, and you need to empty out your whole magazine size. And once you're about to reload the clip, you gotta make sure that once the reload clip is about to hit the gun, that you press YY and not spam it. As you can see what I'm doing right here, I'm just pressing YY as soon as the clip is about to get in the gun or touch the gun, and you should see this explosion right here. In order for it to work, like see I got 52, you need to have the explosion be somewhat laggy. And you can see that my pistol is somewhat faster and more accurate. And you can just keep doing this until, well, I usually get it till at least 150 plus when the magazine size on the Infinity is higher than 150, because not only is it shoot like more faster and accurate, but it's way more powerful, and that's a decent amount to keep at, and it's not that hard to get. As you see, it's getting more accurate and more faster, and it does get way stronger. But what I like to do is to get it to work is every time the explosion that you switch to your Infinity pistol, like it has to be better than the explosion has to be somewhat more laggier than the previous explosion that when you switch to your Infinity pistol. As you can see, the lag in the explosion gets more laggier, and the more laggier it is, the more better and higher the clip size in your Infinity pistol would be. So I'm just demonstrating if I can get it to 150 right here. And there's a few parts where I did kind of mess up a little. It's because some of the explosions do kind of trick you in a way, where it looks like it's like a laggy explosion that you have to switch to your Infinity pistol, but it really just resets itself. That's pretty much it to this whole thing. You just have to keep doing this until you're at least comfortable where you need to switch to the next thing. As you see, that explosion was pretty laggy, and I got to 137. I'm just gonna keep doing this until I at least hit above 157 to show you that you can practice this and get a little bit better to do this more quickly, as I only did this in like 5 minutes. But in the Invincibles that I was doing, I had the Infinity clip size, I had it at 205, and that is like pretty overpowered for an Infinity pistol. As you can see, I did major damage and raped pretty much every Invincible boss. The only thing it doesn't work on is Master G and the new Invincible Dexidius. Only because there's a certain way that you have to kill those guys. Like for Master G, you have to have them suck up the worms, and then Dexidius, you have to shoot his like white pods or something on him. But as you can see, I got it to 171. That is pretty good and really powerful and more accurate. You can actually see the Infinity sign on there, so that's really good. But you gotta make sure that you never switch back to the Evil Smasher, or else you will lose it and have to restart again, because it will degrade and go down if you keep switching back to it. But as you can see, I put the Evil Smasher in my backpack because sometimes you do pick up guns or do like accidentally switch back to the gun, but you never want to really switch back to the Evil Smasher, so I just always put it in my backpack to like, so it won't happen. But as you can see right here, I'm demonstrating every time you do switch back to the Evil Smasher that it does degrade, and this is the normal view of how the Infinity Pistol would look like for anyone that is using this. But yeah, that's pretty much it.